Evening, everybody. About a year ago, a little less than a year ago, I met this woman who is absolutely beautiful, and she's a little quiet, and she's brilliant. But I met her in a way that I never would have expected, an experiment maybe. I threw my name up on one of those internet sites that I never expected anything to come of. And I put it up there anyway, and truthfully, I needed to practice. I had a 10-year-old daughter at the time. I had been separated for 10 years and hadn't dated anybody because I was worried what they would think of somebody that had a daughter. And so I was totally out of practice, had no idea what I was doing, and needed the social interactions to practice before I really thought I would be able to do anything. And so I put my name up there and talked to a few people here and there and got some practice. And as time kind of went on, and this particular woman, she contacted me and she's like, I'd like to meet you. I was like, okay, well, that's extra practice. That stretches me a little bit further. And so I decided to go for a little extra practice. And go out on this date, and we meet each other, and we're from different cities. And as we met, there was no magical moment of love first sight that you kind of hear about, but there was a magical thing happen. There was two people who were together who were completely awkward together, and that was magical. And the awkward didn't stop with the coffee that we had anticipated. The awkward continued through lunch, through dinner, and long into the evening until we finally said goodbye. And the next week we met again, and we repeated the same thing. And we did this week after week after week, meeting every weekend. And we shared plenty of awkward moments in a short period of time. The awkward "I love you," the awkward, do you want to be steady? Is that still normal? How's that happening? And we shared those moments, and quickly I realized that this is the woman, very quickly, maybe too quickly, realized that this is the woman that I wanted to be awkward with forever. I didn't continue to practice anymore. I wanted to continue to be awkward. And I also realized that something special about this particular woman was that when I went to ask, that the giving away of a diamond wouldn't be something that would work well for her, and it wouldn't work well for us. And so I started poking around to see what I could find. Had started to brainstorm a little bit, and what I landed on was to share in the awkward, the meteorite, out of this world kind of mentality. Definitely a little funny quirk that I could put in there. I found a piece of wood that represented giving because she was a very giving person, and found something called Makumagane, which is samurai sword. The way that they used to meld the metal together was how they represented their tradition and their family. And the three things together seemed to fit really well for me. And so I had kind of started to brainstorm this, and one night late we're sitting there talking, and she's really uncomfortable, and the awkward is at a whole other level. And she starts to talk about, and we had joked a little bit about marriage, but we hadn't talked anything seriously about it at this point. She started to try to say something along the lines of, I know you are thinking about asking me something, and there's usually these things that come with that, and there's all this drama, and I realized really quickly what she was talking about. She was talking about what I had already been looking into, the alternative to a diamond. And I was faced with a decision right there. I could have either kept my mouth shut, and if I kept my mouth shut, I could enjoy the surprise with her. But it would always be tainted with, maybe I got that ring because that's what she asked for, rather than what I thought of. But if I shared with her what I had already been thinking of, then I'm sharing with her that I understand something about her without her having to say it. And that struck me as interesting. I come from a tribe called Lenni Lenape, and although we don't share heritage with the Cherokee, we certainly respect the Cherokee stories. And one of the things that, as the Cherokee started to take on the language of the American people, kin was a word that they really clued into. And they used the word kin that we use for family interchangeably with love. And the way that they explained it was they said, to kin something is to understand it at a deep level, to understand it at its core. And they definitely see love in a different way. And love and family was kind of mixed together as a concept to kin something. And I had this unique opportunity to share that I kin her. And that's different than love. And we rarely have an opportunity to share with the people around us that we kin them. Whether it be somebody that we love, whether it be our wife, our husband, or even coworkers, brothers, sisters, we rarely have that opportunity to share that we can. We have Valentine's Day that's focused around love, but our culture is so different from the Native American culture that kin has been lost. And so I decided to share that I kin her. And I encourage you guys as we move into the Valentine's time to find a way to share with the people around you that you kin them, not just love them.